Okay, this will be our last Gundam Exia round until I get the Exia Bounty weekends going. But starting tomorrow, you will see my latest monstrosity, which, like I said, I just tried to color coordinate using like the first two random colors I thought looked decent together. So, yeah, this is still Avocado Zal and I, and you probably remember this wrecked city. I'm not sure. Well, obviously it's a wrecked colony stage, as you can see. You know, the other side of the interior in the distance. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this map was in Gunbreaker 2. I'm sure they've, made it a little bit crisper for the next generation. But yes, it is a familiar map. Definitely a familiar setting, even if the exact specifics of the map are not the same. Now, there's ups and downs to Bandai's, incremental progress dealy. But, I like incremental progress games. If you like the basic game, and they keep making improvements to it, eventually they may make few enough improvements that you get bored and you take a break for a while and you come back a year later and take another look at it, and probably it's changed enough that it's interesting again. Here I am speaking directly of Dynasty Warriors. Man, I am... One of these days soon, I'm supposed to get a copy of Dragon Quest Heroes 2 that I won in a contest a while back. But I'm waiting on that, but I've got plenty of games to play in the meantime, so I'm not exactly hurt. But yeah, I like Dynasty Warriors games. I love Dragon Quest, so I am really looking forward to that. And, let's see, smashing a Kshatriya here, which will be the source of some of the parts of my new mobile suit. Most notably those purple rarity arms I just grabbed. Because those binders are attached to the arms. Pretty sure that was Zala that knocked the thing out of the air. Nice. Let's see, I saw a blue rarity part fly by. But, there it is. Blue Kshatriya arms, which are not as good as purple, but I can mix some of the skills in. And I think that is, in fact, what I did. Because I know my arms have a lot of good skills, so that's probably where they all came from. Horrible memory, and it's been a week and a half now. I need to get some more recording done on this soon, and I hope to. This is the best I've felt in days, so it is Monday afternoon when I'm recording this. I usually like to have this stuff done far more in advance, but time-tied germs wait for no man. Especially not the germs, the jerks. So, time to stab some things, more GPO 1s. It's funny, you don't really think about it since it's all supposed to be Gunpla, and it's, also a Dynasty Warriors game, but it's weird to see these hordes of, one-off Gundams coming at you, 3 or 4 GPO 1s at a time. There was only ever one of those. A bunch of, Tall Geese 1s, I'm pretty sure there was only ever one of those. All these things, just that there should only ever have been one of, coming at you in groups of 3, of 5, or whatever. It's weird. Then, of course, twin perfect grade RX-78s. There was more than one RX-78, but, it's not in one place. Not actually assembled. Again, not that anything in this has to do with, official continuity or canonicity or anything like that. And that's something we were actually talking about when we recorded this. I like Sunrise's official statement on canon and continuity, which is everything that they animate is official. I mean, all that exists, of course, because it exists, it's fiction that's been written, but in terms of Gundam continuity, everything they animate is official. That means that both the Core Booster and G-Fighter are official, even though this is technically impossible. This means that both endings of Zeta Gundam are official, the original and the movie one. But it's all official, but they're not making any statement as to which is more valid, because that is up to the viewer. And I like that. I am all for that. I think arguments about the canon of one thing or another tend to be, some of the dullest things on Earth. And dull and irritating. But Because I think I've said this before, I like having interpretations of things that cannot possibly be, endorsed by the official thing. Like, one day watch the ending of Mobile Suit Gundam and imagine that Gundam actually ended there as was the original intent. It's a lot more positive in a certain way than anything since in the Universal Century. Except maybe the endings of Zeta movie and Double Zeta show. But again, you know that this is all just going to keep going and keep being horrible for everyone. So it's, it's nice to just kind of look at what was there when it was made and think that, yeah, actually maybe those folks got out from under both of their both the Federation and Zeon and got to actually, live in peace for a while. We know, of course, that officially this is not what happened, but again, it's a nice thought. I feel like there are certain other things. Again, I feel like I've said all this before, but I realized the other day I've been on YouTube for like 6-7 years now, so apologies if you have heard me say this before. Yeah, I feel like the original Star Wars is like that too. It's like, in a certain sense, it was made, they were never expecting to be able to make another movie. Maybe some, spin-off books or whatever, but not another, and maybe a low-budget sequel using all the original props and things, but not another movie. And looking at it from that, perspective as a one-off, there's just something I find very pleasant about that. I like the sequels, and I like the sequels to Gundam, but it's hard to disengage things from that, chain of fictional events, but sometimes it really helps things to find some way to let them stand on their own in your mind. Again, sorry I'm blathery. I'm blathery because I'm not entirely well. Also, because it's been far enough back I don't actually remember what I was doing, but there's some Blue Rarity Gym Custom arms. And I'm about to burst mode on this Dual Gundam. Which, questionable decision, but I'm sure it'll come out. It'll come out okay. I swear that one said it was anti-plastic. That can't be right. Whatever it is, it's one of the gold pieces, which I believe bestows skills on any part you install them on. And there's that lovely three-hit swing, bunch of good Dual Gundam parts, and another Dual Gundam to keep smashing with my Trans Am. Oh, it's raining shots from somewhere. That's got to be what Zala's doing. I forget what mobile suit he's in this level. Let's see if I can read it. Ah, Strike Akatsuki. Okay. Cool. That probably was from the Akatsuki if he's using the, I think it was the Shiranui backpack that has the Dragoons. Yep, those are definitely Dragoons, so there you go. That's one thing that always kind of bothered me about the Gundam Seed and Seed Destiny MS in Action line. I mean, there's no particular reason why the 3 types of backpacks that modular backpacks for mobile suits that exist in the Cosmic Era should be cross-compatible between each other. There are Wizards, which are the backpacks which go to the Xeon-inspired mobile suits like the Zaku Warrior and the Zaku Phantom. There are Silhouettes, which are the Impulse Gundam's backpacks. And then there's Strikers. And just about everything that the Earth forces use are labeled as a Striker, but on the old MSIA figures, they are not all cross-compatible. All of these Strikers for daggers could be used between them, which basically I believe was a jetpack backpack and a cannon backpack. And those were also cross-compatible between the Windhams. But the original Strike Gundam Striker backpacks were not compatible, and that just all was kind of bugging me. That said, however you feel about the shows, and I'm not crazy about most of the Cosmic Era stuff, The MS in action were some of the best figures they ever made. The Goof Ignited is fantastic. It could have used panel lines, could have used a little more paint, but it is just marvelous. So, if you ever get a chance to mess with one of those, do it. It's great. Incoming players, and we've got a fancy Goof. Well, actually, it's just a blue thing with Camphor, Goof, and Gyaradoga parts, I believe. And going by the legs, those have got to be Zaku legs. Camphor backpack. Gyaradoga arms. Looks like normal, not Resin Schneider's version, if I'm not mistaken. And combos upon combos. And I was hoping to knock their legs off so I could just move in and kill them, but that's how it goes. I do like that the down stab when someone's lost their legs is now an instant kill. I'm sure that'll get used on me at some point in the game, and I won't like it as much there, but at this point, using it against the computer, I really dig that. Let's see, Beam Machine Gun, Sinanju Body. Yeah, someone told me it turns out the incoming player mobile suits are not pulled off the network. They were like winners of a contest from Gundam Breaker that were put into the game. So it's not like we're getting like specific, player. We're getting player designs, but we're not getting them like on the fly. There's just like a bank of them it chooses from, and I'm fine with that. I kind of liked the idea of it, picking stuff as it went. Accessing online to get people's designs, but at the same time, I can live without. That's what the bounty hunting is for. And as someone said, though, they're not picking them from online because there aren't a lot of weird homage builds and a lot of funnels. So yeah, cannot possibly be from online. But I like the weird homage builds. The funnels I haven't dealt with too much, but I like the weird homage builds. I want to go back and do more bounty mode soon. I fought a Gao Gaigar and a Gurren Lagann, and I want to fight more stuff. Let's see, a few minutes left in this. We've just about got it wrapped up. This nice, big, broad, round arena is obviously going to be where the last confrontation stage shows up. That being the case, I'd probably transcend a little too early, but such is life. And used up all my EXs, which means probably the actual bosses will spawn in a minute. But I do still have burst mode, so that's important. And let's see. GPO1 FB this time. Full Vernian, full burning, full burner, the whatever. Oh, a pair of GPO2s. Time to get nuked. I probably should have gone straight into burst. And did. Good. And knocked the bazooka off of it. Got GPO2 arms, which, of course, you need those with the shield to have the atomic bazooka as an option part. And I'm just trying to knock pieces off this thing while I can. And 1, 2, 3. I don't think I killed it, but I certainly put a dent in it. Got some relatively high rarity parts, including a blue radiator shield. And yeah, I think it's the arms and the shield you need. I think the bazooka is attached to the shoulder. Or is it the backpack? I know it's one of those two things. I know the game tells you, so I can take a look at some point, but we got them. Mission complete. I healed everyone just to be healing. And now a bunch of parts. I came in first by about 6,000 points. Bunch of Gundam Beam Sabers, all rank 8 and, ranging from like 8 to 7, so keep an 8, ditch the rest. They're all no rarity. New set of blue rarity blades for the Exia, which I'll stick to the GN sword. It looks cooler. Honestly, that's my only reason. Got an atomic bazooka. And off to the heads, probably. Yep. Rare Kshatriya and dual Gundam heads. Gym Command head. GPO2, 3 unimportant Kshatriya heads, but I'll keep the highest level 1, that being a 9, to combined with the other one. Level 6 dual Gundam head, and I missed the last thing. Rare GPO2 chest, Gym Command. This is going too fast for me to narrate, but yeah. Purple rarity Kshatriya hands, which charge option parts 2 different ways, apparently. And some blue rarity ones, which I will combine with. Looks like it has a movable frame and some other gear. And I will probably combine all the rare Kshatriya bits, because may as well get all those skills together. And Gafran arms, Zaku arms, Gelgug, Gym Custom, more Kshatriyas. Yeah. And some dual Gundam arms, of course. Fairly high level ones. And yeah, more Gafran arms. Gafran or Gafran? I don't know. Either way. Gym Command, GPO 1 and 2 legs, Kshatriya legs, and dual Gundam. And probably off to backpacks. But we're about to wrap this up. Gym Command, Zaku, Camphor, GPO2 backpacks, dual, etc. So that's going to do it for now. And we will be back tomorrow with more Gundam Breaker 3.